Do you want to try to handle that on your own, or do you want me to invite somebody to come in and talk to us, or?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
We had somebody from United Security Agency come in and talk to the EDA about insurance and stuff like that that we need, so I'll give them a contact so I can get them to show up at the next meeting. But like I say, I'm not sure that I can be the person myself. But I hate to change meeting dates as long as two of you are here. It's because it's going to be impossible for all of us to be here every meeting.
Okay, that it?
Well, let's give our guests an opportunity to.
I've asked questions as we went, as I've thought of them, but I look at the potential out of the park, and I have to wonder, it's going to be an easier proposition than Melita's, why you wouldn't put that first and get it done first, so the park people could go ahead and do what they need to do. And I know that what happened with the water out there was the grant that they were using. The people had too high of an income, and they only went for one grant.
How many customers are out that way? But they weren't going very far with it, right?
They were going to the end of Snowbird Road.
Yeah, right.
And then they turned and went towards Blandville and checked those people out also to add people on. But see, where you get your people is from the park itself because of the fluctuating.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this in the meeting. And I double checked with Jim Messenger, not that this can't change, because I helped him pull that together. It's not the same water line. It's not the same service. This is to go through that land that was donated.
Mm-hmm.
This is straight out to the park facility and not servicing the people along the road. That's one difference. Okay.
Okay. Well, the one that was planned before serviced everybody along the road.
I realize that.
See, I didn't know.
My question was, when you do that, then my assumption is that possibly they could come in and tie on. Well, that's something that would, certainly be considered. So you do have a little bit of a different concept working compared to the other one. You don't have people's income. And Messenger, I think, was going to go ahead with a feasibility study for that. I don't know, maybe we'll find out on the 16th.
Well, like I say, we can do that. We can do that at the same time as this other one. Mm-hmm. But this one, that one we can probably just write it up and without going out and getting people to sign up and things like that.
They've already signed.
Huh?
Pat Daniels went door to door.
Oh, he's already got that?
Yeah, everything's
those
done.
signatures no longer count. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because it was going the other way.
Because now, unless Messenger has changed his mind, it's just straight to the park through the donated land from a place they can tie in that's near Fairview.
Okay.
Okay? So it's not a matter, unless he has changed his mind. Because again, my question was, well, you're looking at just taking it straight through the donated land.
Well, see, that hasn't hit public yet. The 2010, it was to go out, wind its way out. That hasn't hit public.
Well, it's hit the public in that it's in the plan. I mean, I don't know how much we advertise that.
Well,
yeah, that's.
But if you get one customer or you get two customers, you're kind of in a problem. Because then you're going to have people to read meters, you're going to have people to do this. Mm-hmm. And for 2 or 3 customers, you just can't afford it. Yeah. You've got to have something that's going to have a bunch of customers to start with, so you can afford to have it. Then you can add these little ones. But we can still work on that at the same time that we go with this other project. But there's going to be cost. Once we get up and get service provided, then there's going to be cost. And it's
my view of the cost. I think Messenger's estimate's way low. He estimated $100,000.
To get the water out there?
Yeah.
I think it's a little too. Of course, they say right now is the time to do things, because actually,
Well, it doesn't have to buy the land.
yeah,
Doesn't have to buy.
That's a long line.
that's a lot of line. And you want it to be big enough that you can continue on with it.
Well, now if it's just going to the park, it won't be continued on, right?
Well, sure, we can do anything we want, yeah.
Here's the other aspect of it, that, and this has to, you have to look at the topography, of course, but what is the land use going to be along that land? Are they going to put in camping places? Therefore, it would need to be put in such a way that they can tap in for that water, to service, campsites. I know that he advertised in the paper for recommendations from the county to see how that land be used. I don't know where he is in his process. One of the things we will find out on the 16th is, what's his thinking at this point. But I do believe $100,000 is way low.
We definitely need water out there at the park. And I think on this other one that we've done a study on, if we had some water down there where Trinity Homes is, we could probably do some industrial development in that area with if you got water there. There's a young lady, we had a meeting Monday. Have you heard this value chain, Hurt and Alley? It's that $1.5 million grant that Hurt applied for, we're talking about Douglas County for getting up the co-op and everything in the 4 county area and everything. But this young lady came to that meeting. She's at WVU, and she's interested in what we call when you grow vegetables and stuff in water.
Hydroponics.
She wants to do that. She's looking at buying 4 acres out there towards Central Station, someplace along that road up there, and putting that in, So, but that's just, that's good. That's a little industry. I mean, that's fresh food, fresh vegetables for residents. But usually, we get some water in here, we could do a lot of that, hopefully.
I hope she goes for a piece of property that has free gas.
For gas.
Then she has the year round.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is a private person, this is private sector, right? This lady that's doing this, Jill,
She is, who is she representing? It's all on there who she's representing. It's, I don't think it's the USDA, but it's some, I don't know. Hurt can probably answer all your questions, because Hurt is the one who applied to try to get that grant anyways for being ready to vote.
On grants, you might segue over to that. The group that you mentioned that you will have, that your view is this is your resource for grant writing, is Infrastructure and Job Development Council?
Right.
Okay. Would they do grant writing for the county commission? Would they do it for the county commission?
I have no, they might very well do it. They might very well do it. Yeah, that's their sole purpose, I think, is to help the public service districts find money so that they can get water to the county. That's it.
Is it for more than finding money for water projects?
Probably any utility project, yeah. But I don't know about anything else that they would do. I don't have any idea.
Do you have contact?
Yes, but I'm with me. Yeah, I have all my training material that they give us. They've got contacts on that.
Because that's something that Roger Romine is very keen on, is this county and some of the others he represents getting much more active in the business of applying for grants.
Yeah, they, what they do is they don't do it free. But what they do is they charge a 1%.
Off the grant itself.
They charge 1%. So if they're looking for a grant for $10 million, their fee would be $100,000. But if they can go out there and not get you a bunch of grants, interest-free, or forgivable loans, and get you 40-year loans, it's something that be impossible for us to do.
To pay back on the loan, the PSD would pay it back and not the county commission, right?
PSD pays it back. Yeah, a lot of the loans come from the USDA. Water and waste disposal, it's a program, it's a community direct loans and grants, develop water, wastewater systems, applicant, public entities, Indian tribes, and nonprofit corporations. Cover build, repair, improve public water systems and waste collection and treatment systems related costs. Rural areas, cities, and towns up to 10,000 people. Direct loans, grants, and loan guarantees. Interest rates are set quarterly, repayable up to 40 years. Grants may be available, guaranteed up to 90% available guarantees. So if you get the line, you can make it a guarantee for up to 90% of the loans.
And that's from USDA.
Mm-hmm. But what they do, I wish I had that. That's almost a 2-volume thing, almost like that water study that we had here. It was a big thing over the training. But they had do you ever do that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just
With
me.
increasing
It's just me. I lose train of thought. What were we talking about? Clue me in.
Grants. They had it sounded like a binder or a sheet or something that they had USDA.
Yeah, it had all the information in there, the contacts.
Yeah.
It had all the information that we need. But I know what I was going to tell you. That when they give you the grant, what you have to do, with this, actually this job development council and everything, they actually get the money from you and they pay the grants. You don't pay the grant back. They get it from your public service district. They actually maintain 1 year of your loan, plus, depending on how much you owe, plus another 15 to 25% in addition to that they maintain all the time. So that if your public service district gets into a bind and doesn't really, you have trouble making your payments for a while, they have this money to fall back on. So it's a requirement that they have. I have a chart kind of like these things that show me that kind of spells out how they do that. But it's pretty unique, and they take a lot of the load off. We have no idea what we're doing. I hate to say that, but we're just individuals like you guys off the street,
Sure.
And if we were professionals, it would be different. So that's what they do, is they step in and do a lot of this for you.
Mm-hmm. With the sequester, has the USDA made any notification that there's drops in the grants?
That they haven't because we haven't applied for it. But I don't know. Now they could probably, and there's not always a great big bunch of money available, but there's usually, they say they can usually find the money that they need, especially for somebody that has no water like we do. They would kind of give us priority to get some of our water where we're rural areas that are not going to have a whole lot of paying customers, but they still need the water in the area, so. But I'll be more than happy to bring it to the next meeting and let you give the information you need.
That would be interesting. All right, on the western side of the county, is there any possibility of bringing water in from Ritchie County?
Yeah, that's what that 2000 study, that's one of the things that they recommended was bringing this, but this
But wasn't that before the jail?
was before the jail. Yeah.
Or it was?
Probably,
down-
well, no, yeah, it probably was, 2000, probably was before the jail. But there's no reason now, we still couldn't do it, you know. If we couldn't get it from West Indian without a lot of,
Mhm.
construction and adding to the dam and things like
Yeah.
that, then there's, and that's what, something that we, in the northern part of the county, if we wanted to put in some treatment facilities, we could probably use water out of the lake up there, out of Crystal Lake. I mean, that's a big reservoir of water in there, I don't know. Probably what would be used in that area probably wouldn't do it very much at all, so. But there's different ways that you can look at it and do it, and, there's water systems around Providence County that we can just purchase the water off of. And if you can purchase it, usually ends up saving you a lot of money, upkeep and stuff like that. Your wife with you?
She did.
She said something about being paged.
Well,
Okay, I'm going to be adjourned.
okay. I'll agree with you. This meeting is adjourned effective at 8 o'clock.
And the next one is May
May 16th.